Well, yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court granted the Trump administration's request to temporarily pause an order by a Massachusetts federal judge issued in May that would require the U.S. Department of Education to reinstate nearly 1,400 employees who were let go earlier this year as a part of the administration's DOGE effort. Now, what's next in President Trump's plan to dismantle the department, and how will congressional Republicans aid in the effort? Joining me now to discuss this by phone, Congressman Burgess Owens. He's vice chair of the House Education and Workforce Committee. He represents the 4th Congressional District of Utah, and the House is in votes right now, so he joins us by phone off the House floor. Representative Owens, thanks so much for joining us today.
Tony, first of all, I'm looking forward to chatting with my friend. Some good wins here. I cannot wait to talk about it for sure.
Well, let me get your reaction to the Supreme Court that gave a temporary green light to the Trump administration and what they're doing with the Department of Education.
Well, I'm excited to see that we're treating our government the way that a business should be treated. Keep in mind, the executive is supposed to make decisions in terms of how to move forward, get a good return on investment, cut waste, and bring on help when you need so. That's the way any business runs. So we finally have a chance to see that that's the way that the Department of Education and every other piece of the government should be looked at. And President Trump is coming in with the right idea. He understands that the system right now has been broken for decades. They've proven that they could not get it right with the lack of success with our kids. So we're now going to have a chance to push the power and the money down to the parents and the districts, where people can be held accountable. I'm so excited about this, Tony, because we can do everything right. We can make sure everything, the inflation is right, gas is right, the border seal, but we do not teach our kids how to think and appreciate our country, capitalism, then we're going to lose it all at the end of the day. So I'm excited about where we are right now.
So Congressman, the school year right around the corner, the left is going to be fear-mongering that with the potentially dismantling of the Department of Education, that education is going to suffer. But in reality, very little money actually makes its way into the classroom from the federal government. In fact, it's under 10% in most states, but it comes with huge obligations that a state has to meet from the federal government. I think, based on my experience working in education in Louisiana and the legislature, is that this is going to free up education at the state level to do what works.
You nailed it, Tony. And I think the most important thing, keep in mind, we're no longer talking in hypotheticals. What the left does, they love to fear-monger. They love to get people exercised and angry and hopeless. That's what they do best. But we now have a bill that's been passed through, the one big beautiful bill, that people will get a chance to see exactly how it works. So all the things that they've been saying over the months and will continue to say, they will start to see, the American people see more money in their pockets, more opportunities to educate their kids. They're going to see a safe border. They're going to see businesses that can grow and thrive. They will experience what truth feels like, which means that the Democrats have even less power as they realize that we've been lied to when it comes down to what that party's done. So I'm excited about the fact we're no longer talking about hypotheticals. This bill passed, miraculously passed the way it did. The American people are going to benefit from it, and they're going to feel the difference, and we're going to continue to grow in that process.
Well, I'm excited about the fact that parents are going to be empowered when it comes to the education of their children. I want to switch gears, Congressman Owens. Earlier today, you took part in the committee's hearing on anti-Semitism in higher education. It was entitled Examining the Role of Faculty Funding and Ideology. What were your takeaways from today's hearing?
Well, the takeaway is that we've been under attack for quite a few decades. And the way that the Marxists do it, they go at the most vulnerable. They go in places where they have no risk, and that's what education is. So if they teach our kids not to think, not to articulate themselves, not to understand capitalism, not to understand that it's okay to disagree, but as long as you're confident in yourself, you can have great conversations. Well, now that we see what they're doing, we're turning this around. And part of it is that we've been under attack in terms of the hatred of the Jewish people, the Jewish race. Anti-Semitism has been thriving in the educational process, and particularly higher education, for a long time, and now we're holding them accountable. The great thing about President Trump is very simply this. Either you do it the right way or find someplace else you're going to get funded, but it will not be from the American people. And I love the fact that accountability is here. And you start to see them beginning to maneuver to show that they're changing their ways, just to make sure we hold them accountable and not let them out of doing the right thing.
About a minute left, Congressman Owens. What do you think is behind the anti-Semitism on college campuses? What's driving it?
Marxism. Marxism. This country is based on our Judeo-Christian values of freedom, of God in heaven. Marxism is just the opposite. They hate faith, family, free market education. So if anything they can do to destroy that, and they do that through our educational system. But again, the American people, our DNA says we don't want to go in that direction. And November of last year, we proved that we're going to make sure we make big changes. So I'm excited about it, and we're going to bring back our country to a faithful country that loves our country and loves our kids enough to give them a great legacy.
Congressman Burgess Owens, always great to talk with, my friend. Thanks for stepping off the House floor to talk with us.